Good morning, George Mello here. New look, wearing some glasses. The damaged doctor, the property damage doctor. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit today about another incident I had when I owned a home in Jersey. All right, so ice maker leaks. Okay, so years ago, okay, I noticed my ceiling and walls and everything else in my basement were getting wet. Okay, and I'm like, well, where's this coming from? Okay, so there was a little trap door, in my basement for a water shut off. So, I opened that up and I said, it's pretty wet, up here. Okay, so where's this coming from? Okay, I had no idea. So, out of trial and error and whatnot, every time the refrigerator was making ice, all right, it was leaking all over the place. All right. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Okay. So it kept happening here and there. And I had no idea where all this water was coming from. And it made quite a bit of damage. Okay. And I remember, water stains, actual dripping. Okay. So it was pretty significant from that little connection to the refrigerator. All right. Um, a lot of water damage. Okay, it was really a lot. So I'm like, well, where is this coming from? So after a couple of times of seeing water by the refrigerator, I happened to move the refrigerator, and bingo! I said, look at this. It's coming out like it's pouring out. Okay, this little connection. All right, so I figured out where that was coming from, unhooked it, told my wife, you know what, we're going back to the 10 for a dollar ice makers. Okay, so forget it. I'm not going to use this anymore because it's leaking all over the place and it was causing damage. And I had no idea, that it could cause so much damage. Now, that was a claim. Okay, again, I had no idea. And in my basement, it was a lot of sheetrock and stuff, and it was done up nice and everything, and it did cause a lot of damage. Okay, so I would have probably, replaced some sheetrock, the ceilings, inside. Obviously, when things get wet, inside the ceiling, yeah, the sheetrock that was put in the basement. And what happens with water? Mold. Okay, so I could have had mold damage. I had no idea that these things were claims. Okay, that was a claim. Okay, the incident with the ice maker leak, and I did have significant damage. And what did I do? I left it there because I didn't have money to fix, and I didn't know anything about this. But it did cause some pretty significant damage that I could have filed a claim. So just a quick tip, okay? These ice makers, okay, they do leak, all right? So you got to make sure that if you do see water by the refrigerator, okay, underneath the fridge, okay, it's probably the ice maker because there's a tube, okay, that's put in from a water source, okay, so the water can get into the refrigerator and make your ice cubes, okay? So if your floor gets damaged, okay, underneath the refrigerator, depending on what kind of material, okay, hardwood floor, total damage. Pergo, okay, laminate floor underneath that fridge, total damage, okay. Now, wood can be fixed up, it can be sanded. Sometimes it doesn't have to totally be replaced, depending on, the significant, the damage, okay. But the pergo, the laminate, all the fake stuff, okay? You can't fix that. It usually, for the most part, needs to be replaced, okay? And it's not just a little piece behind the refrigerator. It could be the whole floor, and if it's continuous throughout other rooms, okay, it could all have to be replaced, okay? And that's what public adjusters do. They evaluate stuff like this, okay? So water leaks from ice makers, okay, they cause a lot of damage. I know because it happened to me, okay. Um, so true story, okay. I'm not making this up just because I'm a public adjuster, okay. I try to warn people, okay. And you can make sure these don't happen. This stuff doesn't happen by pulling your refrigerator out and just checking the connection, okay. If that's if you can do that. I know refrigerators weigh a ton. They weigh a lot these days, okay. But if you do see water damage, chances are it's from the ice maker, okay? If you do see water under the refrigerator. So, with that being said, this is the Property Damage Crusader. Today, I have a new look, glasses, okay? The Property Damage Doctor, okay? Dr. Mello over here will tell you about your policy, about your damage, okay? So, visit my website, georgemello.com, for more information and my contact number and email. Okay, so everybody have a great day and talk to you soon.